BRICS was set up to degenerate our dollar and take our dollar as the standard, take it off as the standard. 10% charge.
That would be India, Brazil.
That's right, they have to pay 10% if they're in BRICS.
Is BRICS trying to dethrone the US dollar? That's what US President Donald Trump seems to believe. And now he's threatening the bloc with fresh tariffs, just for being part of it. The recently concluded BRICS summit has grabbed Trump's full attention. He's fired off a warning to the 10-nation bloc, including India, threatening a 10% tariff on all members.
I always use the word great. I add that to it because it really is what it is. It's never been anything like it, actually. And I want to thank all the Republicans that...
But then a couple days ago, you issued a new tariff threat to members of the BRICS countries for if they aligned with anti-American policies.
10% charge.
That would be India, Brazil.
That's
Russia,
right, they have to
South
pay
Africa.
10% if they're in BRICS. Because
Right.
BRICS was set up to hurt us. BRICS was set up to degenerate our dollar and take our dollar as the standard, take it off as the standard. And that's okay if they want to play that game, but I can play that game too. So anybody that's in BRICS is getting a 10% charge.
Is that immediate, sir? Or is
Yeah,
that
pretty
if
soon.
they engage in some behavior?
Well, if they're a member of BRICS, they're going to have to pay 10% tariff just for that one thing. And they won't be a member long. I thought BRICS was, I said this about a year ago, and it largely broke up. But, there are a couple that hang around, but I thought it largely broke up. BRICS is not, in my opinion, not a serious threat. But what they're trying to do is destroy the dollar so that another country can take over and be the standard. And we're not going to lose the standard.
The jailhouse tea on May 2nd.
Yeah, sure. If
Hey,
I
Pam,
could,
could I just interrupt for
Sure.
1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Let's break down why Trump is furious and what it means for the future of global trade. Trump's tariff threats. At a cabinet meeting on Tuesday, July 8th, Trump said, "They will certainly have to pay 10% if they are in BRICS because BRICS was set up to hurt us, to degenerate our dollar." He even claimed the bloc had largely broken up after his warnings last year, and insisted BRICS was not a serious threat anymore. But his actions suggest otherwise. As the BRICS summit began in Brazil on Sunday, Trump posted a fiery update on Truth Social. He announced additional tariffs on any country that aligns with what he called anti-American policies of the group. Earlier, he had threatened a 100% tariff, if they so much as even think about moving away from the dollar in global trade. What's his real problem with BRICS? It all comes down to the US dollar. In the same cabinet meeting, Trump said, BRICS was set up to degenerate and destroy the dollar so that another country can take over and be that standard. He added, if we lost the world standard dollar, that would be like losing a war, a major world war. We would not be the same country any longer. We are not going to let that happen. The dollar is king. We are going to keep it that way. Trump appears determined to protect the dollar's global status, even if it means punishing allies like India with tariffs. BRICS pushes local currencies. BRICS nations, including India, are pushing to reduce dependence on the US dollar. This push gained momentum after the US blocked Russia and Iran from SWIFT, the global banking communication system. Since then, BRICS countries have started trading in local currencies. Russia and China have settled energy deals in rubles and yuan. India has bought Russian oil using yuan, rubles, and the UAE's dirham. In 2022, Russia proposed a new international currency for BRICS. But there's been little progress. India is cautious about China's yuan dominating the bloc. Brazil prefers boosting local currency trade over a shared currency. Still, the effort continues. The BRICS summit in Rio saw the group explore a cross-border payments system. Finance ministers and central bank governors have been tasked with studying the proposal, called the BRICS Cross-Border Payments Initiative. But can they really ditch the dollar? Experts say it's still a long shot. According to the BRICS website, global trade was worth $33 trillion in 2024. But only 3% of that, around $1 trillion, was intra-BRICS trade. Economist Herbert Ponish told DW, the majority of world trade is still settled in dollars and other traditional currencies. It will take a lot to dethrone that. Still, there's a sign of weakness. The US dollar has dropped more than 10% this year. Its worst start to a year since 1973. BRICS is growing. BRICS was formed in 2009 with Brazil, Russia, India, and China. South Africa joined in 2010. Since then, the bloc has expanded. In 2024, Egypt, Ethiopia, the UAE, and Iran joined. Indonesia came aboard in 2025. Saudi Arabia remains undecided. Turkey, Azerbaijan, and Venezuela want in. Thailand, Malaysia, Cuba, Nigeria, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan have partner status. Today, the bloc represents 35% of the world's GDP and 45% of the global population. Its influence over emerging and developing economies is growing. Many see it as an alternative to the G7, a group of wealthy Western nations. The U.S. fears a power shift. Alicia Garcia Herrero, a senior fellow at Brussels-based think tank Bruegel, says Trump has reason to worry. She told DW, "The BRICS is very clearly anti-Western. Part of its mantra is to change the global order. But BRICS has internal issues too. Its member countries are politically and economically diverse, which makes coordination difficult. For now, BRICS is still far from turning ideas into reality. But the intent to challenge the dollar and the West is loud and clear. And Trump is watching.